Now, as we begin the new year, it's with regret that we say goodbye to longtime VOA VJ Zulima Palacio, who has hung up her reporting gear for retirement.
Well, Zuli covered environmental stories for the Voice of America. She is also an accomplished scuba diver, taking her camera into the deep on numerous occasions, including her wedding.
I sat down with Zuli before she left us to talk about some of the underwater videos she shot while at VOA, covering everything from dolphins to monk seals to a sunken ship. Let's take a look.
Dolphins are so beautiful. You know, just the touch, they are solid muscle and they are so beautiful.
Oh, wow.
And they always seem to be smiling at you.
Yes,
they look at
they
you.
do. They look very happy.
They are incredibly curious. So I had a beautiful experience with one of them. We were in Honduras and they had some dolphins. And every afternoon, to interact with the tourists, every afternoon, the trainer will take 3 or 4 of the dolphins into the wild. They will just open the gates. He will go in a small boat and go scuba diving with them, with the dolphins. They could go on the wild in the open ocean and never come back, but they will come back with him every day. And so I went with him diving, and the experience was just phenomenal. Number one, because the dolphins were very curious. One of them in particular was curious about my camera. And I had this big camera, it's a metal housing where you put your camera inside. And it's got a big dome. Well, the dolphin was reflecting himself in the dome. So he goes like this, and he's looking, and I'm thinking, how cute, he's looking at me. No, he was looking at his own reflection in the dome, and it was very funny. But the nicest thing was actually to see the dolphins interacting underwater with the trainer. They were following his hand for petting, like when you see a puppy around his master, that it was playful around and like, love me, hug me, here, pet me, and it was beautiful. So I started the story saying, are dolphins capable of loving? And I believe they are.
Yeah, well, after that experience,
yeah,
I mean,
nice.
It's hard to not see that. Also, you did a very interesting piece as well on monk seals, Hawaiian monk seals. What was it like interacting with them?
Phenomenal. They are in the last west part of the United States. After Hawaii finished, there is one little teeny island called the Forbidden Island. There are only a few left in the planet.
Monk seals are the most endangered marine mammal we have in the United States. So there's a lot of concern about making sure that they'll be around for future generations to see. But from what biologists are saying, we may only have 12 to 15 years to enjoy them.
I got to this monk seal that kept kind of hiding behind the rocks to look at me or not to look at me.
Peekaboo.
Well, peekaboo. And then realized that the big camera that I had with me did not allow him to see my face. So I realized that. Then I lowered the camera and then made eye contact with him. And he goes like, oh, it's you. Okay. And then he went on and did all sorts of dances in front of me. And I was delighted because I was taking the video with him. And it was just beautiful. They are very curious and very gracious, very, very beautiful.
This shipwreck story that you did, I found that to be a very interesting piece of yours as well. The fact that it's not ships that have sunk on their own. This is actually something that's being done for environmental purposes.
And they do it environmentally. So they clean up the ship completely from any toxic paints or materials. They take any oil and all the tubes that have contained oil, they clean it up so well, and then they make big windows so animals and people can get in and out without getting trapped.
The C-53 was placed here in an attempt to divert divers away from the delicate and more fragile natural coral reef and to create a new artificial coral reef in Cozumel National Marine Park. Elvira Carvajal is the park director.
We estimate that we have around 1,500 scuba divers a day. The idea was that at least one day that a diver does not dive into the natural coral reef, we are relieving it from kicking, sand, hitting, and so on.
Reefing vessels such as this one is part of a worldwide trend. The vessel provides recreation for divers and helps create artificial coral reefs.
There is a whole family of lobsters down there. So you go there and they all go on with the antennas. Hey, who is there? But I'm talking about dozens of them. It's very funny.
Was that all scary for you to be inside this ship and it's dark down there?
Yes, it was scary for me because I was filming, and in order for me to get the video of the people coming into the ship and going through the inside of the ship, I had to be inside first. Now remember, there are many animals there that can be big or small. That part was scary. It was like, is there anybody in there?
Oh yes, I
and
know.
I don't know, maybe I did have some company and I never knew.
It's better that you didn't know.